cooked in a fat-free dressing. Tangy Dijon mustard blended with sweet honey. Made with real non-fat buttermilk. Hidden Valley fat-free honey.
Ann, I don't have time to argue about this right now because I am really excited about tonight's show. For the first time, we have managed to squeeze all 14 Cobb County schools into one show. If you go to school in Cobb County, you're bound to know somebody on tonight's show.
Take that back. You may not know too much about some people that we're going to have on the show tonight. They're behind the scenes with the basketball team, Scott. They are the basketball managers, and we're going to highlight them in a very special feature story tonight.
And in our soccer report, we're going to talk about the rules of the game.
I tell you what, Scott, though, first and foremost rule at Cobb Prep Rally is we always start you out with big game number one. Here's Marietta at Lassiter. Dexter Wood on hand to catch some Friday night hoops, and the Devils are looking good. Dion Glover in with the circus shot for 2 of his game-high 26 points. Trojan main man Scott Johnson with the turnaround jumper for 2. Hood and Crutcher pace the sidelines. Meanwhile, Dion Glover goes for the basket, almost, but Travis Zachary's there to jam it in, and the Devils are up by 10 with 5/10 of a second to go in the half. Plenty of time for Zachary. He fires it from way downtown. Bang! And the Devils lead by 13 points at the half. But the Trojans step it up. Scott Prather with the ball, the bucket, the foul, and plenty of support from teammate Scott Johnson. Johnson with his own 3 cuts the Marietta lead to 2. But Dion Glover produced 12 points in the fourth quarter. Along with stellar performances from his teammates, the Devils pulled out a hard-fought victory.
Any game is a game of streaks, whether it's a 6-0 streak or a 20-0 or a 8-2, and we had a bunch of those, and I thought that was a big difference in the game.
This Friday, Lassiter plays at Roswell for a sub-region matchup, and on Saturday, Marietta will play at Campbell.
We move to some women's action for big game number 2 as the Campbell Spartans travel to Pebblebrook to play the Falcons. Now, Campbell is 7-0 in the sub-region, while Pebblebrook has yet to win a game all season. On paper, this game would seem to be a mismatch, but as they say, that's why they play it. Here's big game number 2.
It was David versus Goliath Friday night, and David forgot his slingshot. Spartan Kristen Moore gets 2 of her 9 on the putback, helping Campbell to a 24-point halftime lead. Robin Teal did her best to help the Falcon cause. She banks in 2 points, but Pebblebrook coach Anderson watched Campbell push further ahead. Brandy Clark hits the jumper. She had 10 points, and Campbell led by 28 after 3. Then the Spartans' Kalila Terry adds 2 more after grabbing the offensive board, and Coach McClure watched his team roll to a 15-3 overall record, 9-0 in the sub-region.
We won this game by playing as a team. We rebounded well, played good defense, and we just played good together as a team.
Friday night, Campbell is home to Lithia Springs, and Pebblebrook hosts Alexander.
Well, congratulations to Campbell on their victory. And hey, we all know it takes good players and good coaches to win a basketball game. But some of the most important people on a team never even handle the ball. At Cobb Prep Rally, we know that behind every good basketball team are some great basketball managers. We headed over to Harrison High School to talk to their team managers. But sure enough, when we arrived, they were busy running one of their many errands.
Well, to be honest with you, we're picking up my kids from school. They seem to have a little more responsibilities than just coming out here and watching these kids. It goes all the way into our family, which makes them a little bit of a multi-dimensional type girls.
The dynamic duo arrived soon thereafter, but no time to waste. Allison glances at her watch, and it's time to check the laundry.
We get to wash all the nice clothes, make them smell good. After every game, they have to smell good for the guys. They have to look good.
In addition to keeping players fresh smelling and picking up coaches' kids, Allison and Roxy keep stats for the team, enter computer data, and contribute any function necessary to keep the team running smoothly. They also perform observation duty.
Well, they don't know it, but during practice, when they're not watching, we critique them. Their bodies, their personalities, legs, everything about them. And we have decided that Andy Williams is the best looking guy on the team, don't you think so?
Andy Williams, definitely.
Well, here's a closer look at Andy in case you're interested. And we're sure Andy and his teammates know it's beneficial to keep in good favor with the basketball managers.
We switch sizes of uniforms when they make us mad.
Yeah.
So that gets them.
One of them was complaining because he had too small of shorts, and so
we gave him real small shorts.
And he had a fit.
Revenge is rarely practiced by Allison and Roxy because most everybody appreciates their hard work.
If they disappeared, I would probably have nothing left, whatever. The whole office would fall apart, and nothing would ever get clean, and the guys would have nobody to yell at.
Well, if you ever do yell at a basketball manager, you should be saying thank you at the top of your lungs. Well, we hope you have a new respect for basketball managers. And now my sometimes respectable co-host Scott will tell you what's coming up next.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Ann. Coming up next, it's lights, camera, action for Bob Giles. Our Scholar Athletes of the Week put on a show, and we'll roll out the rule book for our soccer report. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the new age of cheerleading. Cheering is now a varsity sport, and now more than ever, it takes sweat to make the squad. American Cheerleading hasn't forgotten that cheering should be fun and taught in a positive atmosphere. They let you set your goal and help you become your very best, and it's never too late to start. American Cheerleading's mission is taking beginners to a level they never thought possible. Flexible enrollment and experienced coaches at one nearby location. American Cheerleading, from the basics to the best.
Lawless shoots. Goal USA!
Make your dreams become reality with a little help from the Soccer Plus Superstore in East Cobb. Soccer Plus is loaded up for the high school season with shoes, shorts, goalkeeping gear. And check out the largest selection of Adidas hats and accessories this side of Brazil. If you're looking for the latest and the greatest, look no further than the red sale tag at Soccer Plus. And Conn County's oldest soccer store will take another 25% off all Adidas accessories when you mention this ad. So get it before it's gone. The complete soccer store is Soccer Plus. Lower Roswell Road at Woodlawn.
Larry, where do you think you're going with that?
The oven?
The oven, Larry? Perfect.
At Papa John's, our mission is to deliver the perfect pizza.
The home of the bands is in a brand new home. March up Sandy Plains Road today to Sprayberry Crossing for savings and selection at Georgia's largest instrument repair facility. You'll still find great instruments from Conn and Hartley, plus the quality repair work you've come to expect. It's the new Music Dock, Sprayberry Crossing behind Trust Company.
Tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Huntington Learning Center at 977-2800. Take control of your future and break the failure chain for good. Call Huntington today.
Meet Noelle Abney and Jessica Jenkins, Cobb Prep Rally's first ever dueling Scholar athletes. Both play basketball for the North Cobb Warriors and both know how to keep their grade point averages above the 4.0 mark.
I'm one of these people, I do my homework at one time, so I get it done as soon as I can. And I just try to keep them, balanced. That way I don't worry too much about one thing and, spend all my time on basketball or the homework.
As soon as practice is over, you go home, you study. Then if you want to watch TV, that's even harder to do. So, but I seem to find time somehow.
With so much in common, Noelle and Jessica have developed a friendly rivalry.
They kid each other a lot about their academics, and then in basketball, they know that they're very good friends, but they kind of challenge each other.
I had 1080 on my SAT.
I got an 1180.
I'm in National Honor Society.
I could have been in National Honor Society, but I'm not.
Beta Club, FCA, Spanish Honor Society, Senior Advisory Board. I'm Vice President of Senior Class.
I'm in the Beta Club. I've been in it for 3 years. I'm on the Spanish Honor Society. I'm on the Senior Advisory Board. I've played volleyball and track.
I play the piano.
She got the really big award when she was in elementary school, and I just sat there and watched her go up and get it.
It's called the Peggy Palmer Award, and what it was is we had to write an essay for citizenship, and they picked the one they thought that was the best citizen out of the 5th grade, and I won.
Noelle and Jessica are both winners as they sit high atop the North Cobb Academic Wall of Fame, just one Michael Herter apart. And as our duel ends, they get together to show they can live in harmony. Michelle and Jessica, keep in touch and be sure to tell us which one of you guys wins that Nobel Prize first. And good luck to both of you as the basketball season winds down. Meanwhile, the soccer season is just getting underway, and in this week's Soccer Report, we bring you the rules of the game with the help of one of Cobb County's most promising soccer teams. The Cobb County soccer season will soon be kicking off, so we thought it would be a good idea to brush you up on the rules. The Sprayberry soccer team graciously offered to help us out. Now, obviously, the goal in soccer, pun intended, is to get the ball into the net. Each team uses 11 players to do it. A common 4-3-3 formation is seen here. Up front, you have 2 wings and a center striker. Midfielders make up the second tier of 3, and the last line of players before the goalie are used primarily for defense. These players, also called fullbacks, try to make the goalie's job as easy as possible. Just as in American football, there are 2 sidelines, and if the ball crosses either, the team that didn't touch the ball last is awarded a throw-in. If the ball crosses the end line, the line running parallel to the goal, a corner kick or a goal kick is awarded. If the ball is knocked out by the offense, it's a goal kick, and if by the defense, a corner kick. That brings us to the fouls. If a foul is called, for example, tripping or charging, a free kick is awarded at the spot of the infraction. A free kick allows the team that was fouled to kick the ball without resistance. Now, free kicks may be direct or indirect. A direct free kick means that a player can shoot directly at the goal, while an indirect kick means that the ball must first touch another player. Whether a free kick is direct or indirect is up to the referee. Flagrant fouls are a bit different because they bring out the red and yellow cards.
Yellow card, red card. Usually referee's discretion. Most of the time it's for a more violent foul, deliberate foul. Referee will yellow card you. 1 yellow card is a warning. 2nd yellow card is a red card. Red card is automatic ejection.
The 18 by 44 yard area around the goal is called the goal box, and a foul committed in this area calls for a penalty kick.
Penalty kick is if you're down in the goal box and you do something, any kind of foul in the goal box. Then you get 12 yards out, you get a free kick on the goal. And it's just you and that keeper, and so it's a good battle.
The most difficult rule in soccer to explain and understand is offsides. But very basically it says this: a player is offsides if there is no player from the opposing team between he or she and the goalie. And if that player receives the ball, they will be whistled for offsides. Hopefully this quick overview has refreshed your memory about the rules of soccer.
Tonight's Soccer Report is brought to you by Soccer Plus on Lower Roswell Road. Get 25% off all Adidas accessories when you mention this ad. The complete soccer store is Soccer Plus in Marietta.
This is Bob Giles of the Cobb Extra. We're at the Buffalo's Cafe at Acres Mill on Cobb Parkway. We'll be back with the Cobb Prep Rally Inside Scoop right after you watch the Plays of the Week.
Prep Rally TV show is a great roadmap for financial aid. If you're an athlete looking for college scholarship money, call Prep Rally to get your name to the right people. And for non-athletes, we're your guidance office for hundreds of scholarship opportunities. Call 634-7373 now for more information.
Well, now that the Super Bowl has been played, you probably thought you were safe from football for a while, but you were wrong. There's still news on the Cobb County high school scene. A couple of the schools that had vacant head coaching jobs have filled them since our last show. Over at Walton, the new guy is going to be Ed Dudley, whose team's compiled a 25-9 record and made the playoffs a couple of times at Class A Buford in Gwinnett County. He replaces Robbie Robertson, who resigned for health and personal reasons after 5 seasons. Robertson's stay ended the revolving door at the East Cobb School, which had turned over coaches at a rapid rate before his arrival, so it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens with Coach Dudley. At South Cobb, where Billy Peak was on the job for 13 years before being pressured to resign after this year's 1-9 season, the new guy is going to be Scott Jones, who was an outstanding player at Sprayberry. Scott has been a football assistant at North Cobb High School and also the head track coach. He'll have an uphill struggle at South Cobb, which hasn't had a winning season in the 1990s. There's still a couple of jobs open. We hear Lassiter is not too far from naming a successor to Jim Cagle, but over at Wheeler, the application process has just recently ended to replace Jeff Hollis, who went to Cherokee, so that job is going to take a little longer to fill. On the football scholarship scene, the guy that a lot of people have been waiting to hear about, McEachern offensive lineman T.J. Mears, committed to Auburn recently. Coach Jimmy Dorsey at McEachern wasn't really surprised about this. T.J., he said, is just a country boy at heart, and Auburn is one of the few places that still plays big-time Division I football and yet has that small town feel. Before we go, let's salute Pebblebrook's Richard Dillard, who's this week's Buffalo's Hot Wing of the Week. He wins dinner for 4 at a Buffalo's Cafe. Well, Richard Dillard is the leading scorer for the Pebblebrook Falcons, who recently put together a 6-game winning streak, the best in some time at the Mableton School. He's been a consistent performer all year and averages 17.3 points per game. Congratulations to Richard Dillard for being Buffalo's Hot Wing of the Week. Well, that's it for this week's Cobb Prep Rally Inside Scoop. Scott, why don't you tell us what's coming up next?
I'll do that, Bob. As Cobb Prep Rally rolls on, we'll see if Papa John's gets taken by this week's hot shot. Then we'll hit the hardwood for big games 3 and 4. And, well, I'm not really sure what that's all about, so stick around and find out, because we'll be right back.
Your high school career is ending with no college prospects in sight, but you still want to play. A few schools probably would offer scholarship money if they knew who you were. You need someone who can get the word out, someone who can put your name in 100 places at once. Recruiting services get you noticed. North American Sports Scouts is a local company with national contacts, and finding scholarship money for athletes is what they do. Do you still want to play? Call Prep Rally or North American Sports Scouts for more information.
Community pride comes in many forms. You can see it in your children. You can feel it on Friday nights in front of your friends and neighbors. Or you can show it in ways that aren't so plain to see. At Cobb American Bank, we feel that pride and take seriously the responsibility that comes with serving our community. Check out our 30-month CD at 6% APY or our 1-year CD at 5.5% APY. Some restrictions apply. Only at Cobb American Bank. Member FDIC.
There's a good reason why Pro Sports is #1 in team and league uniforms. They do all screen printing and custom embroidery in-house. So at Pro Sports, you still look major league after getting big league savings. Suit yourself at Pro Sports with 2 locations, including Powder Springs Road in West Cobb.
When you order our hot wings at Buffalo's Cafe, we provide you with one of these. Of course, when you order our extra hot wings, we suggest you bring one of these. Buffalo's Cafe. Nothing fancy, just good food.
Introducing the Hair Pizzazz haircut. Yeah, that's the ticket. Possibly, maybe, I give up. Yes, Hair Pizzazz. Put some pizzazz into your hair.
Have you missed yourself or someone you know on the Prep Rally? Call 634-7373 to get a copy of game highlights, the Scholar Athlete segment, or anything you might have missed. And don't forget, you can always get your own personal highlight tape featuring your best action. Perfect for recruiting. Whether you need 1 week of action or the entire season, call Prep Rally for your best moments on home videotape.
Hello again, sports fans, and welcome to the Papa John's Hot Shot Contest. Our contestant tonight is Jason Buckwell from Osborne High School. He's on his way. The layup is up and in. 20 seconds left for the free throw. Oh, it's good. Now it's time for the three-pointer. It's up. Oh, it's off the back of the iron. He'll get his own rebound, though. He shoots again. But clank. No, it's off the side of the iron. He'll get a third attempt with 7 seconds. It's up. Got it. That's a free pizza. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you next time.
Well, now we pick up big game number 3. In 5 Quad A, South Cobb traveled to McEachern. Now, coming into this game, South Cobb was sitting very comfortably in 2nd place in the South Subregion behind Campbell. Meanwhile, McEachern's position was not so secure, and they knew that a win over South Cobb could build big momentum for the Indians as they pushed to make the playoffs. Here's big game number 3. From the first period, South Cobb took control of this game with solid shooting. Kelly Moore sinks 3 of her 10 points, but McEachern wasn't out of reach in the first half. Indian lead scorer Christy Farr delivers 2, and going into the locker room, McEachern was down only 10 points. It was when they came out that the Indians ran into trouble. Here they allowed 2 points from Melissa Barnes. McEachern scored 6 points in the 3rd period, while South Cobb ran away with 18. Then it's any opponent's nightmare when Sarah Thomas gets rolling. Here she puts in 3 of her game-high 28. And Amanda Wallace tacks on 2 of McEachern's 22 points in the fourth quarter, but the Indians found their rhythm too late because Thomas and teammates were way out of reach.
We came out with a lot of confidence, and we thought if we played together as a team that we'd win. And we just, like I said, played with a lot of confidence.
If you can't get enough of Sarah Thomas, head to South Cobb this Saturday when the Eagles battle Sprayberry, and McEachern will play Cass at home on Friday night.
For big game number 4, the Osborne Cardinals host the Walton Raiders. Now, the Raiders are 3-2 in sub-region play, 2 full games behind Wheeler, and they need this game to keep pace. Meanwhile, the Osborne Cardinals are trying to salvage a disappointing season with no shot at the playoffs. Here's big game number 4.
Scott, that's not quite true. All the teams have a shot come tournament time and expect Walton to be there. With players like Tom Weidman leading the way, here he buries the jumper to help the Raiders open a 14-point lead in the second quarter. Osborne tried to come back. Phil Adams knocks down the shot from outside to spark his team. But it would be a long night for Coach Fincher and the Cardinals. One reason being Paul Van Beneden, who makes his way to the hoop, gets fouled. Count the basket. The Raiders were strong on the boards all night. Off the miss, David Jean is there to put it in. Jean had 10 points. Hakeem Batiste was the bright spot for the Cardinals, scoring 19 points. 2 here on the nice drive to the basket. But Walton out-rebounded Osborne by 17 and stayed ahead for good.
Basically, I think the difference was us being able to control the boards. We did an outstanding job on the boards, rebounding and, handle the ball well against press. But
up next, Osborne is home to Douglas County Friday night. And on Saturday, Walton travels to Cherokee.
Well, thanks for sticking with us. Right now, we're up to our Minute Mic.
Excuse me, Ms. Gacania?
Yes.
Can I have your autograph?
Oh, sure thing, dude. Here you go. Big AC right there for you, son.
I'm going to treasure this for the rest of my life.
Funny you say that. We're just about to head over to Pope High School for our Minute Mic and ask the swim team about their most treasured possessions. Cool, huh? Hey, don't bend that, all right?
Sorry.
Don't bend that.
Hi, I'm Theron Eichenberger, and I'm tonight's Minute Mic host. And I'm going to ask my buddies on the Pope swim team what's their most treasured possession. This is Nick. Nick, what's your most treasured possession?
Well, Theron, I'd have to say it's my calculus homework.
My Speedo.
I really think Nick looks sexy in his Speedo. Would have to be my Adam Sandler tape.
It's funny?
Yeah, it's really funny. That guy's a dork.
Oh, absolutely. It's got to be my swim team.
Me.
I wouldn't know what to do with that. Yeah.
My most treasured possession is my totally hot boyfriend. His name is Josh.
That would have to be my Pavement shirt. It has eggs on it. It's great. I got it at the Pavement concert. It's great.
Oh, it has to be my Dead Kennedys shirt, and it's great one at that.
Tonight's Minute Mic is brought to you by Express Products in Kennesaw. We'll help your organization raise money through custom-made embroidery. Call Express Products for your next order.
This is the Pope High School swim team signing off for tonight's Minute Mic.
Stay tuned to find out tonight's mystery trivia guest.
Hi there, I'm tonight's mystery trivia guest. If you go to Wheeler High School, you may have heard me referred to as that really tall girl. I am 6'2", and that helps out as I play center for the Wheeler varsity basketball team. I can't wait for spring break because I'm heading to the ski slopes. But as soon as it warms up, you'll have to look no further than the beach to find me. Those are all the hints I have for you tonight. Call in to win if you know my name. That really tall girl doesn't count.
The Wednesday night trivia question is brought to you by Pro Sports with 2 locations. The 10th caller with the correct answer wins a high school t-shirt of your choice at either Pro Sports location. If it's Wednesday night, call now.
Got any questions about the Walton men's basketball team? Well, this guy's got the answers. Coach Joe Wilson is right around the corner when CPR continues.
This spring, in the time it takes to play a football game, the SAT can determine your academic future. The last 11 years of school all come down to one 3-hour exam. So put the Huntington Exam Prep Center on your team. At Huntington, our small classes, certified teachers, full-length practice exams, and personal test-taking strategies add up to your best possible score on the SAT. Guaranteed. Your future is in your hands. Call the Huntington Exam Prep Center today.
Purchasing jewelry should not be scary. It should be enjoyable and comfortable. We have a small town attitude in that our customers are our friends. We manufacture jewelry. We have extensive knowledge on diamonds and colored stones, and we feel that this better enables us to help serve your needs in finding out exactly what you want. Fine quality in jewelry should last you a lifetime, and it's something that you'll always be proud of.
Serving East Cobb since 1979, Edward John's Jewelers.
Play ball, Cobb County. Pro Sports is ready to meet your Little League needs with 21 years in the big leagues. Get your gloves and a huge selection of bats and accessories at Pro Sports. Hey, nobody's striking here. Shop with the pros with 2 locations, including Shalford Road in East Cobb. Cool Spirit Wear looks like $1 million, but did you know Spirit Wear can earn your group big bucks, too? Whether you're the principal or the class president, making smart business decisions is a big job. You want to create a collegiate image, and you need it yesterday, but you don't want to lose your shirt either. Well, a stitch in time will make you money. Call Express Products, your answer for in-house faculty wear, spirit wear, and group wear. Express Products has the right program for your fundraising needs, and we're ready when you are. Quality, customized embroidery, and no minimum order. Call Express Products for your next order.
Have you missed yourself or someone you know on the prep rally? Call 634-7373 to get a copy of game highlights, the Scholar Athlete segment, or anything you might have missed. And don't forget, you can always get your own personal highlight tape featuring your best action. Perfect for recruiting. Whether you need 1 week of action or the entire season, call Prep Rally for your best moments on home videotape.
Well, welcome back, Cobb County, and as always, it's time for a coach question and answer session. And joining us tonight is Joe Wilson, coach of the Walton Raiders. Coach, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you, Scott.
You got a great team this year. What is your team doing well now, and what are you going to have to do better to make it through the playoffs?
Well, right now we've been playing real well on the inside. Our inside game with Tom Weidman and Paul Van Benen and Philip Jean, David Gersma has been real good. We've got to achieve more balance, inside-out balance, and we've begun to do that a little better. So I think if we do that and take care of the basketball, don't turn it over, we'll have a shot.
Good. You're a fun coach to watch on the sidelines. You get very animated. In fact, we've dubbed you the Bobby Knight of Cobb County. How would you characterize yourself as a coach?
Well, I think probably I'm more of an X and O coach. You know, you hear people talk about players coaches and coaches coaches. I think I'm more of a coach's coach. One thing I have to work very hard at is relating with the players. And hopefully this year we've done a better job of that. And the kids are responding and seem to be enjoying it better. I think the strong point in our staff, and I say staff because I have 2 great assistants, is preparation, pregame preparation and practice preparation.
Great, Coach. Best of luck to you. Thanks a lot, Coach, for joining us today, and thank you for spending 30 minutes with us. And be sure to be with us next week when we'll have full coverage of the hoopla surrounding National Soccer.
So I grab him by the collar, I take him out of the seat, I get behind the wheel, now I'm driving the bus.
You're Batman.
Yeah, I am Batman. Then the mugger, he comes to and he starts choking me. So I'm fighting him off with one hand, and I kept driving the bus with the other, you know. Then I managed to open up the door, and I kicked him out the door, you know, with my foot, you know, at the next stop.
You kept making all the stops?
Well, people kept ringing the bell.
So everybody I know is a character on the show.
Right. My wallet's gone! My wallet's gone!
Jerry! Uncle Leo.
Hello! How could you?
How could I what?
You were making out during Schindler's List?
How long does it take to find a